Uncle Ocarin!
Someone pulls at my arm.
Come on, get up!
I feel hands slip under my shoulders and drag me away. The knife in my hand pulls free of Kurisu's chest. A fresh torrent of blood follows it. Still warm.
Open your eyes, Kurisu. Wake up. Pull yourself together. We need to get out of here before they find us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. I tried to save you. I did. Why is this happening?
Someone puts my arm over their shoulder and hauls me to my feet and drags me away step by step. I don't have the strength to resist. Guilt and regret are the only things inside of me. I killed Kurisu. Twice.
Hup! Let's get out of here. Don't give up yet, Uncle. Everything's gonna be fine, I promise. Now hold on tight.
I feel someone push me hard from behind. Next, they take the knife away. My fingers are like solid rock. They have to be pried open one by one. I failed to save Kurisu. Worse, convergence made me kill her. The past has already been decided. It was impossible to change it from the start. Someone drags me out of the time machine. I crumple on the spot, powerless to even stand. Whoa, you're already back! It hasn't even been a minute!
Ocarin? Ocarin!
Mayuri rushes over to me. She looks at my face in concern. But even her concern is too much for me to bear. Please, don't talk to me. Just leave me alone. Whoa, you're covered in blood! What happened?
Get him a towel, Dad. And water. And some clothes, too. Hurry!
An explanation, por favor?
Just go already.
Okay. Dara runs back inside the building.
Are you okay? Hang in there. Don't die.
He's okay. It's not his blood. Leave me alone. I don't deserve your concern. Save Kurisu? What a joke. Not only did I fail to save her, I took her life with my own 2 hands. 3 weeks ago, in this very spot, I killed her. I murdered her. There's no way to save her. There never was. Everything has already been decided. It's the same as it was with Mayuri. The same. No matter how hard I struggle, the result will always be the same. We have a time machine. Shouldn't we give it another try? No, it's not that simple. No matter how many times I try, the result will converge on Kurisu's death. Even if I throw the knife away, fate will find some other way to kill Kurisu. Maybe Nakabashi will kill her. Maybe I'll trip and push her down the stairs. Maybe she'll just drop dead for no reason. The cost doesn't matter. The effect will always be the same. It doesn't matter if I time leap or if I time travel. Going to the past can't change the results. Maybe a D-mail could shift divergence enough to take us to another attractor field, but there's no way to control what might happen. D-mail is a shot in the dark. It's useless. Useless. Everything is useless. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. Nothing. I can't save Kurisu after all. I knew this would happen. I knew it would turn out like this. I can't take this anymore. I'm so tired. Enough already. I give up.
Ocarin!
A burning numbness spreads through my cheek. Mayuri hit me. What? What? She's never done anything like this before. The shock is enough to bring me to my senses.
That's...
Mayuri looks at me with tears streaming down her cheeks. Her small body gently embraces mine, though I'm still covered in Kurisu's blood.
Ocarin, you're not a quitter. Mayushi knows. You never ever give up. Not until the very end. Remember? Every day Mayushi prayed for help in front of Granny's grave. And every day you came to see me. Even on rainy days and snowy days, you always stood next to Mayushi and called my name. Because you were always there for Mayushi. I was finally able to say goodbye to Granny. Mayushi doesn't really understand what's going on, but don't give up now, okay? Mayushi doesn't want to see you sad.
Mayuri's gentle warmth envelops me. I cling to that warmth, but it's not enough to heal my heart. But I killed her. The person most precious to me, who I wanted so desperately to save. I killed her!
Oh, Corinne.
I can still feel the knife in my hands. I can still feel her fading heartbeats. I look at my hands over Mayuri's shoulder. They're red with blood. Kurisu's blood. The shaking won't stop. Tears fall, washing away the blood. Guilt and despair are tearing my soul. If Susu hadn't taken the knife, I might have slit my own throat in that very spot. This reality is too much to bear. But I realize that this is retribution, my just punishment for taking the godlike power of time travel and using it to distort the past. Kurisu can't be saved. That has been proven beyond a doubt. At the very least, I can't save her. Not even with Mayuri's encouragement. There's nothing I can do. You're wrong. Susuha speaks, her voice full of conviction, and immediately afterwards, I hear a familiar melody. My male tone. Mayuri takes my phone out of her pocket. She's been looking after it.
You got mail, Corinne?
Mayuri gently puts my phone into my hands. I don't have the energy to check my mail, but for some reason Susuha gestures for me to look at it. Okay, what could it be? I reluctantly open my inbox. Okay, we have two Huh? Turn on the TV? What? Turn on the TV? That's all it says. The sender is unfamiliar. Is this a prank? Spam? I'm bewildered. I don't know who sent this. But then I happen to glance at the send time and the shock is like a lightning bolt to the brain. The date it was sent. August 21st. 2025. That must be the day we die. 2025. No. Is this... It doesn't even occur to me to wonder if my phone has malfunctioned. Did Okabe from the future send D-mail? What? After all, I know this phenomenon. A D-mail? I look up at Susuha. She sees my confusion and looks at my phone. It actually came through, just like he said it would. Judging by her surprise, I guess she doesn't know much. Susuha left from 2036. That's 11 years after this email was sent. Does that mean it's not related to her? What does it mean? There must be something on. Something you need to see. But how come it only came now? Did we need to do the time leap and kill Kurisu in order for this message to come through? Did Susuha know? Let's just go turn on the TV. Hey guys, I brought the stuff! Daru comes back with the convenience store bag. Right on time. Unless you get a TV, I don't care, Daru. Fortunately, my phone has TV reception. Ooh. As soon as I switch it on, I see a news reporter standing in some foreign airport. There's a jumbo jet in the background. Looking closer, I see burns near the plane's tail. The caption says, "Fire on Russian airlines."
Russian authorities announced today that a fire broke out on Russian Airlines Flight 801 en route from Narita to Moscow. The flight departed from Narita Airport at 11:05 Japan time, but a fire broke out in a cargo hold shortly before arrival.
Did this kill Nakabashi?
The flight made an emergency landing at Domodedovo International Airport, where the passengers were evacuated despite the stupid name of the airport. No one was injured. One of the passengers of Flight 801 was a Japanese physicist who had declared his intention to seek asylum in Russia.
The screen changes and the camera cuts to what appears to be the airport lobby. A man is standing there, surrounded by reporters. When I see his face, my breath catches in my throat. Wait, he didn't die? Dr. Nakabashi!
Dr. Nakabashi, real name Akisa Shuichi, made these comments to the press earlier today.
I still haven't recovered from the shock of murdering Kurisu. The images on the TV seems like something out of her dream. Did they say Nakabashi sought asylum in Russia? Wait, I didn't get if everyone on the plane died or whatever happened to the plane. I didn't think people still did that in this day and age. I mean, all you need is a passport to travel to Russia.
I am delighted to arrive safely in this wonderful country. My deepest gratitude to the Russian government for accepting me.
What happened on the plane? Read the subtitles at the bottom of the screen.
When the cabin filled with smoke, I remained perfectly calm. Some passengers panicked, but they settled down after I gave them a talking to.
Nakabashi responds confidently. Okay, so he survived the whole thing, but he certainly looked like a man who could strangle his own daughter.
My compliments to the pilot for his safe landing. He's a hero, for he saved not only my life, but my historic thesis as well.
The subtitles change to, "Is that thesis related to your request for asylum?" Nakabashi nods theatrically.
Indeed. If this thesis had been lost, it would have set scientific progress back a century. This thesis will change the course of human history, and my daughter died for it.
What is your thesis about?
This thesis describes the first practical theory of time travel. Do you understand? Time travel. I, Dr. Nakabashi, have succeeded where countless others have failed.
Nakabashi's tone quickly grows feverish. Now he's talking directly to the camera. Moreover, he's not talking about the accident at all. He's just promoting his research. He presents something to the camera. It's the envelope, the one Kurisu gave him.
This envelope contains the future of mankind. Soon, all of our dreams shall be realized. When I present this thesis to the scientific community, the world will change forever, and I will be known as the father of the time machine.
What I don't understand about people doing stuff like this, why would you announce to the world that, look at this envelope I have in my hands? People who have this can time travel. People all over the world are going to want to kill you for that now. Like, why would you just announce it like that? That seems very foolish. I have no right to condemn Nakabashi for his actions, not when it was my hand that took Kurisu's life. But at the same time, I can't stop myself from recalling the words Kurisu spoke. That hurt, betrayed tone that triggered Nakabashi's violence. You're stealing my work? I didn't even think you would do something like... Do those words not echo in his ears too? How can he stand there and present his murdered daughter's work as if it were his own and look so proud of himself while doing it? I hear my teeth grinding in my head.
Originally, this envelope was in my checked baggage. If it had stayed there, then it would have burned up in a cargo hold and humanity's dreams along with it. However, fate intervened on my behalf, as if God himself had decreed that my greatness should be known across the world.
Nakabashi thrust his open hand at the camera.
Behold a vessel of God's grace. Because this was inside the envelope, it set off the metal detector. As a result, I had to take the envelope with me on the plane. The pilot is a hero, yes, but the true hero, the savior of humanity's future, is this tiny figurine.
Future gadget number 2. Sitting in the palm of his hand is a lump of silvery metal barely 5 centimeters tall. Ah! Miri points at the screen. I look closer. A lump of metal in Nakabashi's hands? It's not just any lump of metal. What? Wait. That's the Upa that she lost! He stole her Upa! Who would do such a thing? Then again, we probably would too, because it sells for a lot of money.
The reason I said future gadget number 2 was that I, for some reason, mixed up the timelines a little. And considering we gave Kurisu that one in the future before she was going on a plane, I sort of mixed that a little bit. So, never mind that. My theories aren't always correct, but... Gee! That's my metal Oopa! Look! See there? It has Miyuji's name on it.
Oopa is a mascot character from the popular card game Rain at Axis Battlers. I know, I'm a champion. You can see Oopa merchandise everywhere in Akihabara, from capsule toys to phone straps to other accessories. But of all Oopa merchandise, the most rare is the metal Oopa. The very same metal Oopa that Nakabashi is presenting to the camera.
So if we make sure that Mayuri never drops the Oopa, his thesis will burn up, but Kurisu's still dead.
Near the bottom of the metal Oopa, I can see cute letters written in bright red magic marker. The letters read, Mayushi's.
Whoa, you're right! What's he doing with it? I dropped it during the presentation. I looked everywhere but couldn't find it, so that's where it went. I can't get it back if it's all the way in Russia.
That's... I stare at the screen in disbelief. My body's shaking. Goosebumps break out over every inch of flesh. I know what this is. The butterfly effect. 3 weeks ago, Mayuri dropped her metal Oopa in the assembly hall of Radio Kaikon. That tiny figure, a mere child's toy, went on to decide the fate of mankind.
It's so trippy how these tiny little things changes so much. The fact that she got a metal Oopa started World War III.
It rescued the Nakabashi paper from the fire. And in so doing, it laid a foundation for World War III. Sisua, did you know about this?
That's...
Sisua answers with a look of apology. I think she wanted us to go through this time leap even though we stabbed her. Who sent that email from 2025? Whoever it was clearly meant for us to see the news about Dr. Nakabashi.
Sorry.
Sorry? About what? What is she apologizing for?
Sorry for not telling you everything. But we needed you to fail once. You had to experience Makisa Kurisu's death firsthand.
Yep, that's what I thought. What? You tricked me?
Not exactly. It was part of the plan. At least, that's what I was told.
Told? By whom? Daru?
I'm sorry for making you go through that, Uncle.
Tell me what's going on.
See for yourself.
Sisua points to the phone in my hands.
Then you'll understand.
What are you talking about?
The message should already be in your phone. The message you sent from 2025.
What?
A video mail. You received one, didn't you? Well, I had 2 messages in my inbox.
Ah! She's right. When was that again?
July 28th, right after I met Kurisu for the first time.
Oh, I remember! We got that mail with the static and stuff!
Just as I was about to contact Mayuri, I received a mysterious video mail from an address I had never seen before.
Is that what she's talking about?
But there was nothing on it.
But there was nothing on it. Just noise.
Try again.
Sisua grins.
If you try now, after failing once to save Makisa Kurisu's life, you should be able to see it.
Are you kidding me? Is that even possible? What is on the video mail? I am not convinced, but I check my phone anyway just to be sure. And there I find a saved video mail. When I check the sender's address, I realize that it's from the same address as the D-mail just now. So they're from the same person. And this person is me in 15 years? 15 years. 2025. The year I die, according to Sisua. I sent this message on the eve of my death. A message to myself in 2010. Sisua said there was a plan to reach Steins Gate. Could that plan be in this video? Mayuri and Daru peek over my shoulder. I take a deep breath. Press play with the trembling finger. Nothing appears on the screen but noise. Nothing has changed after all. There's no hidden message or anything. The noise suddenly dissolves, revealing the silhouette of a man. It looks like the video was shot somewhere dark. I can't see the man's face. Unkempt hair, a lab coat. That's all I can make out. It's pretty obvious who this is. Is that you in 15 years?
It has to be. Something about him just says Ocarin.
Really? Is this guy really me? My phone's tiny screen has become a window onto the future. I can't believe I'm about to hear a message from myself.
Holy shit.
Did you get my email? Then go watch the news. If you already have, then keep listening. So that last mail was from him. From me. It doesn't feel real. Greetings. It's been 15 years, I suppose you could say. That's...
Wow, your voice is so deep and cool.
The year is 2025. I'm sending this video by a process similar to D-mail. You dismantled the phone wave. So did I, but not 1 year later, I, which is to say you, turned back to time travel as my last hope. I spent 14 years researching time travel. Along the way, I managed to design a D-mail transmitter that wasn't bound by the 36-byte limit. The fact that you're watching this means that you failed to save Kurisu. It hurts, doesn't it? I know how you feel. After all, I went through it myself 15 years ago. That's right, I failed too. I've lived with that failure for 15 years. Do you understand why you had to fail? It was necessary. Necessary to give me the proper motivation. You failed to save Kurisu. You killed her with your own 2 hands. Your guilt, your self-loathing have driven me for 15 years. They gave me the focus I needed to complete my plan. Without your failure, you would not be watching this message now. As you know, this world line is subject to attractor field convergence. Time travel alone cannot save Kurisu. That is why you had to fail, to create the chain of causality that linked you to me. Because you failed, I spent the last 15 years researching time travel. As the revelations Nakabashi unleashed sped the world towards nuclear war, I continued my research in secret. Susua's time machine is a result. Although the finishing touches were Daru's and mine, its design was based on the theory that CERN first developed. And that Kurisu improved on the world I knew undone. Its model number is C204, C for Christina. I believe you understand what that signifies. Now that causal link has been established, allow me to explain the final stage of the plan. The purpose of this plan is to change divergence and reach the unknown world line called Steins Gate. By the way, I'm the one who named it Steins Gate. You, of all people, know why I chose that name. Because it sounds cool, isn't that right?
Oh yeah.
There are 2 conditions you must meet to reach Steins Gate. First, you must save Makisu Kurisu. Second, you must destroy the Nakabashi paper. I know what you're thinking. Convergent won't let you change the past. No matter what you do, Kurisu will die. But rest assured, there is a way. You can save Kurisu. Listen carefully. On July 28th, the first you went to Nakabashi's presentation blissfully unaware of what was about to happen. You must not change what the first you saw. Those events have been established. They are the result upon which this world line converges. However, there is room for deception. You don't understand, I know. Calm down, I'll explain. You're going to deceive yourself. The first you saw Kurisu lying in a pool of blood.
It's very important to have the right emphasis on the words here.
The first you saw Kurisu lying in a pool of blood. If you were to change that fact, it would render everything that you have done since, as well as everything that I have done, a paradox. After finding Kurisu's body, you sent a D-mail which was intercepted by Echelon, which tipped off CERN. Recall your experiences on the Alpha World Line. You saw more than just Mayuri's death. You saw Kurisu alive and well. You made her a lab member despite her protests, and together you built a time leap machine. It was only 3 weeks, but she was there, beside you. Those memories are yours. Those memories are mine. They are the proof that we did not live only on this world line where Kurisu died on July 28th. You traveled to the Alpha World Line. You met Kurisu and fell in love. You sacrificed the dreams of those closest to you. But still, you fought to give Mayuri a future. For 3 weeks you fought, and now those memories are part of you. If you had not seen Kurisu's body in the hallway of Radio Kaikon, you would not have sent that first email. CERN would not have found you. When you encountered Kurisu later, you would not have been shocked to see her alive. You would not have spoken the words that led her to your doorstep. Without those memories, you would not now be willing to travel through time to save her. I would not have spent my life searching for a path to Steins gates. I would not have recorded this message. Dara and I would not have completed this time machine. Susua would not be standing beside you now. You must not reject the 3 weeks you spent drifting between world lines. You must not undo the past. Those 3 weeks made you who you are, a man who would do anything to save the woman he loves. Your desperation made me who I am, a man who has given everything to make that dream come true. This moment would not be possible if not for the memories that you and I share. The man you were trying to create, a man with none of those memories to drive him, could never stand where you stand now. It all meant something. My preparations are complete. The rest is up to you. The final phase of Operation Skuld will now commence.
That is the final tips, guys and girls. 189 tips collected. The youngest of the 3 Norns, goddesses of fate in Norse mythology. The 3 sisters tend the world tree Yggdrasil, which is roots in Earth's fountain. Skuld is the Norn of the future, also a Valkyrie.
Your mission: change the outcome without changing established events. You saw Makisa Kurisu lying in a pool of blood. That has been established. But at the same time, only that has been established. Deceive yourself. Deceive the world. That is the choice which will lead you to Steins Gate. Good luck, mad scientist. Psy Kongroo.
This is so cool! And with that, the video ends. Mayuri and Daru looked dumbfounded. They obviously didn't understand a single word. I, however... Laughter bubbles up from the depths of my soul. Not minutes ago I was lost in despair. I was ready to kill myself for what I had done. But now, I'm laughing. Operation Skulds? Psy Kongroo? I'm 33 years old and I still have no shame? Deceive myself? Deceive the world? That's such chuny bullshit. It's pathetic, laughable, a juvenile fantasy. But at the same time, it feels right. Very well. If this is the choice of Steins Gate, then so be it. I am the insane mad scientist Hoyogen Kyuma. Deceiving the world is child's play. It looks like I have to change the world after all. Whoa! I thought Okurin was finally turning serious, but now he's back to his usual antics. But you know, Miyushi likes Okurin better this way. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okurin just isn't Okurin unless he's laughing like an idiot. Hoyi and Kyuma saved Miyushi, you know? So this time he'll definitely save Makisa Kurisu. But deceive the world? What's that supposed to mean? Do we have to fake her death? But what about convergence? Miyushi doesn't have a clue. Isn't it obvious? The only established fact about the past is that I saw Kurisu lying in a pool of blood. That's the extent of my observation. So it's just what you observe? Technically, because you clearly observed that Mayuri died, but you never checked if Kurisu was dead. If you checked Kurisu and she was dead, we couldn't do this, but if we can somehow convince her to lie down with a bucket of red paint, can we do it? Can she live? Kurisu was lying in a pool of blood. As for whether she was alive or dead, that's still open to interpretation. Isn't that right, future me? Huh? Mayuri tilts her head. She still doesn't get it. For example, just think of it like this. Kurisu was merely unconscious, and the blood was just a coat of red paint. Oh yeah, we don't have to convince her, we can just knock her unconscious. Oh, is that what happened? Mayuri's eyes open wide in wonder. I give up. She's not going to understand.
Wait a second. The news reports all said that she was...
What's true now doesn't matter. Only what Uncle Ocarin saw on July 28th matters.
Really? Really. That's because I'm not the Okibei Rintaro who lived on the Beta World Line after Kurisu died. I traveled to the Alpha World Line and back. I am not bound by whatever effect Kurisu's death may have had during that time. What I'm going to do is recreate what I saw, and only what I saw. But this time, I'll do it so Kurisu doesn't have to die.
Don't forget, you also need to destroy the Nakabashi paper. Can you handle it?
Well, we just need to make sure that Mayuri either never gets the Upa or doesn't lose it somehow. Who do you think you're talking to, part-time warrior?
Part-time warrior?
Have you forgotten? I am the insane mad scientist Hoyoyin Kiyuma. I disregard the blank stares of my comrades and brush back my hair with a flourish. Ah, my plan is flawless! Operation Skuld will succeed! But I need to prepare. Give me 30 minutes. Tetsuya tightens her expression and nods firmly.
This game is just better and better and better and better and better, and I feel so bad for everybody who gives up on this game halfway through before the halfway point. Oh, this is so freaking amazing! Holy macaroni! I didn't think it would even go to this extent.
I squat against the roof's chain fence with my eyes closed. To refresh my memory, I pull out the drawers of my mental archive and sort through each file one by one. My actions that day, Mayuri's actions, my conversation with Kurisu, Nakabashi's presentation. With those memories to guide me, I begin to draw up a plan for how to complete my mission. Hold on.
And we are back. I just had to stop, save all the recordings, and then resume in case something derps up, because I don't want to lose everything that's happened today. Oh, this is turning out to be I know that even years from now when I played countless visual novels, Steins Gate will always be at the top. This is so good. It's so freaking good.
Okay, here we go.
Ocarin, I got the stuff.
I open my eyes once I hear Mayuri's voice. Then it's time. I take a deep breath and stand up. Mayuri's faster on her feet than Dara and I are, so I had her pick up some things for me. She went all the way to the lab and back in the sweltering heat, but she's not even breathing hard. She runs up to me with a triumphant smile, almost like a playful puppy, shaking her tail.
Here you go. Will this work?
In her hand is a plastic stick, about 30 centimeters long. I take it and nod in satisfaction. Good work, Mayuri.
Mayuri's happy to be useful to Ocarin. Oh, I also brought you this.
She hands me a banana. I guess she's telling me not to time travel on an empty stomach.
What's that? A banana! No, I mean that stick.
It's not a stick. It's a sword. One of the lab's many inventions. Future gadget number 6. The Psy Saber.
Psy Saber?
It's a red Psy glow stick. An essential item for idol and voice actors concepts. But it's not just a glow stick. It's saber-shaped, just as its name implies, so you can reenact scenes from Spark Wars.
Wow?
Furthermore, it can also form fake blood clots. Detach the cap at the tip and thick blood starts flowing out.
I really don't get what you're trying to accomplish when you made this.
We wanted to make our sword fights more realistic. What I meant to say is that everything is inevitable. We're totally not childish.
I think I see the plan. You're gonna use that Xylem stuff as a stand-in for Makiza Kurisu's blood, aren't you?
Precisely. I stuff my cheeks with banana, enraptured by my own genius. I truly am a mad scientist. I put the Psy Saber into my pocket. It's about 30 centimeters long. Giggity! So it sticks out a little. Giggity! But I don't mind. Giggity. I had Daru buy me a stun gun earlier. I pocket that too. With this, my preparations are complete.
You're gonna tase her! You're gonna tase Makiza Kurisu? But how are you gonna, like, save her from the father situation? Because even if you don't ever interact with her father, he might actually, like, just kill her on the spot. Seemed like that was his intent. I give Susuo a glance. Let's go, Uncle Ocarin. One more time. One more trip to July 28th. There and back. That's all the fuel we have left. This is our last chance. You ready?
Leave it to me. I will change the worlds.
I follow Susuo into the time machine. While I was waiting for Mayuri to return, I asked Susuo if there was a chance that I might run into myself from last time, in other words, the me who killed Kurisu. She replied that wasn't possible. The world line where I killed Kurisu is minutely different from the one to which the time machine will take us. Time travel has a very small effect on divergence, much too small to cause any noticeable changes, but enough to ensure that there can never be two versions of the same time traveler. However, it is important to remember that the world lines are not parallel worlds. Ultimately, attractor field convergence merges them into a single world line. My actions are not meaningless. If I succeed in deceiving both myself and the world, the entire universe will converge upon a different future. Ocarin! Mayuri leans through the hatch and gently strokes my cheek. Come back, okay? Of course. I return the smile and give her a thumbs up. I close the hatch as Daria and Mayuri see me off with words of encouragement. Susuo is already operating the time machine. The fate of the future hangs on this mission. Susuo speaks as she presses some buttons. We're counting on you, Uncle. Dots. Instead of answering, I close my eyes. I find myself strangely calm. No impatience, no tension, none of the anxiety I felt the first time. How many times have I tasted failure? My hubris hurt those closest to me. My foolishness cost them their dreams. And even though these mistakes have been undone, the memories still remain as a brand on my heart. You must not reject the 3 weeks you spent drifting between world lines. You must not undo the past. It all meant something. Every mistake, every sacrifice. Without them, I would not be standing here now. From that knowledge I draw strength, confidence, and pride. The memories I shoulder deserve nothing less. And so, I am no longer afraid. I will reach the unknown world line, Steins Gate. Its future is uncertain, but that is how it should be. For once, I need not worry what fate has in store. Only one thing matters now. Saving Kurisu. Gravity pulls up my back. Rainbow light starts drifting through the compartments. It's time. This is my Ragnarok.